One, I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elder high priests, the teachers of our apostles, and our apostles as well as the elder bishops. Double honors. Peace and blessings unto the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp, and I'm doing this video, to continue pushing the spirit that, we back to the basics. And not only back to the basics, there's new brothers and sisters coming into the faith, and they need the basics, which is scriptural. That's the order that how the Most High set it up for, us to get built up in this knowledge. You have to start with the basics, and the scriptures identify the basics. Well, one way the scriptures talk about, the basics is in the form of milk, or with through the analogy of milk. Okay, so I want to get, one scripture. This is not going to be a long lesson. This lesson is mainly for the new brothers that are coming into the faith, as well as the sisters. But, mainly I'm speaking to the men because it's our responsibility to teach this word. Okay? And there's a particular mindset that we must have approaching this, this belief of ours, which is the belief of the scriptures with understanding, of course. All right. So this is First Peter, and you see the title of this chapter, First Peter, the first chapter. It says, "As newborn babes." All right. And before I get into the verse, we all know the verse. All right. But I want to get into a couple of words in this verse that I'm about to bring out. You have the so-called, or you have these so-called Christians, and I say so-called because they're not deserving of that title. Okay, the wacky-tacky Christians, right? They have, they call themselves born-again Christians. All right, born-againers, and they don't understand what that means, what that's all about. It has nothing to do with physically being dipped or submerged in water and brought up out the water. This is a baptism. Now, if you do that, that's symbolic, of you being cleansed by this word, or symbolic of we're supposed to be submerged in the understanding of these scriptures, which is going to make us refreshed or born again. Okay? Out with the old mindset, in with a completely new mindset and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But it starts with the milk. So let's get into it. First Peter chapter 2. And it's going to just be this verse. I want to pick out a couple of words in this verse. First Peter 2:2, it says, "As newborn babes." When we all heard this word and hear this word, for the ones of us that are just now hearing this truth, and believe in the truth of these scriptures, by way of us being out on the highways and byways and doing these lessons, teaching, right? Starting with our apostles and our elder bishops at Great Millstone on down, this word is going out. And when you first hear this word and you believe, you're now going through a process of being born again, becoming as a newborn baby in the spirit, spiritually speaking, right? So it says, as a newborn babe, when we all first come in, we newborn babes. right? It says, into what? This knowledge. It says, desire the sincere milk of the word. So this must happen. You must have this mindset, desire the sincere milk of the word, because if you desire the sincere milk of the word, you're going to get into the milk of the scriptures, which is the basics. Okay? It says that ye may grow thereby, because in order to grow, you have to get the milk first. You see? And what I want to do is get into the word desire, or go into the word desire and the word sincere. I've never looked it up. I did look it up before this video, but prior to this video, I never looked up those two words in the Greek. So let's get them. First word is sincere. The scriptures say desire. Out of the mouth of Peter, desire the sincere milk of the word. So this, okay, you know what? Let me go back. Excuse me. Go back. Not sincere first, baby. Desire. Let's get desire first. And I'm gonna let the blue letter give the pronunciation.
Strong's G 1970.
What happened? All right, let's try it again. For some reason my phone just froze up. So let's hit it again.
Strong's G 1971. Epipatheo. Epipatheo.
Okay, so this is for the word sincere in 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 2. And it says, to long for, desire, to pursue with love, to long after, to lust, harbor forbidden desire. So we're supposed to long for. We're supposed to have the want to. And that's, I guess that's another way you can put it. The eager want to know the basics of the scriptures. That's the proper mindset to be in, you know, because we've seen many guys, and our apostles and elder bishops seen even way more than us, men in particular, that don't take that approach in this knowledge, and they want to. It can go a couple of ways that I'm thinking. One is you got guys that want to get too deep. They want to know all the deepness of the scriptures, the meat, as the scriptures put it, the meat of the scriptures, the deeper breakdowns, deeper, the different parables, whatnot, and the dark sayings, right? And they don't get the basics. They may get some of the basics, but they really don't really become solid learning the basics, the color scriptures to prove that the Israelites are people of color. You learn about how to break down that hell doctrine that's taught in Christianity. Learn how to break down the name of the Most High and the name of His Son, all right? Through using the scriptures, of course. Learn how to break down the topic of the Gentiles, showing that the Gentiles, primarily in the New Testament, when it's concerning salvation, and Paul going on to the Gentiles, right? Peter first went to Cornelius, that these are Israelites and not actual people of the other nations. Okay, just to give some examples. All right. So the mindset to take is, or to have, is to follow this scripture. And there's other scriptures as well. I'm just getting into this one. All right. You have to, and in order to do that, you have to humble yourself, because the scriptures talk about knowledge puffeth up. You learn a little something, then you think you know all of a sudden you on this grand level to where you can start getting into deeper things. All right. And if you don't have the basics up under you, you know, you can get caught out there winging scriptures, breaking scriptures down wrong. All right. And we can't do that. We have to be very careful how we handle this truth. All right. So I want to go to the word sincere now. And that was one thing that happens. We've seen happen. Men trying to come in and get too deep, and guess what? Them guys fell off, and it's true, because they didn't have the foundation of the basics under them. And you need the foundation to stand in this truth for the long haul. So for the worst, I'm gonna bring out something else after that happens to men that don't come in with this mindset. After I bring out this word sincere in the Greek. This is out of, again, 1 Peter 2, chapter 2, verse 2. Doing it again, see? 1 second.
Strong's G97, Adalos. Adalos.
Okay. So right here, for the word sincere in 1 Peter 2 and 2, it says guileless. And the way that the basics is guileless is by not, mixing up the doctrine with other information that's not scriptural, whether it be another philosophy or an incorrect breakdown. It says in things unmixed, unadulterated, pure. And the way that the milk is pure is by not mixing or really breaking down the basics the wrong way. Not for an example, you have some individuals that come in and they'll watch a bunch of different groups, and for the most part we're teaching the same thing, but there are differences in the doctrine, right? Well, you got to stick to one. It's only one doctrine, one pure doctrine, right? And you start with the basics of it, and you have individuals that will mix different things they've learned from different groups, and think they have the understanding of the scriptures, or even the basics, and they don't, because they've been mixing and matching the information from the different groups. Or you'll have, men that try to bring knowledge that they had from the world into the truth. Getting in, you starting with the basics, and it's not going to end up well for you. You have to desire the sincere milk. The sincere milk is the pure basics. For an example, saying that Cornelius is of another nation, an Edomite or of another nation, is not sincere milk. But knowing that Cornelius is an Israelite, and which leads us into the Gentile subject, we can have a better and proper understanding on that, Okay, but then when you say that Cornelius is a Gentile, of actual Gentile, okay, of the other nations, and then you go in the same breath to say that those Gentiles and strangers are Israelites. Now you creating confusion. Now you're opening up the door for these heathens to believe they can get up in the faith, and which the actual heathens don't want no part of this truth. They're not gonna believe in this truth, and they're not gonna really believe in this truth, man. You know. So that's pretty much the video. And once again, this video is mainly for the new men and women that's coming into the faith. All right. And mainly I'm like I said, I'm speaking to this is for the men. You stick to the basics. You learn the basics. And we always go into the basics regardless of going into the certain deeper parts of the scriptures. The basics are always going to come out, and we need to know it, because the basics is our foundation in this knowledge. That's the only way you can grow, is by coming up the right way. And the right way is to have the mindset, is to desire the pure, unadulterated, unmixed milk of the scriptures. Not desiring to be deep and to show how much knowledge you have, or how much you know. And I know how to break down Daniel the 9th chapter, Daniel the 11th chapter. I know how to break down Revelation, this, that, and the third. You'll get there, but learn the basics first. All right? So Lord willing, this video was edifying and exhorting onto your spirits, our spirit, And until the next one, I say shalom.